After escaping the steelworks, the Kongs cross a large dam to the other side of the island. Perhaps in an attempt to hide from the Kremlings, they find themselves down in a large drainage system, where they find a toboggan, which is a totally normal and expected thing to find in these places. This is part 20 of Overthinking Donkey Kong Country 3. Demolition Drainpipe is our first look at the tube level theme, which is a stupid name for a level theme. It does look really cool though, with its brassy, coppery, bronzy metallic background. If the general channel aesthetic didn't already give it away, I am a sucker for copper and bronze. I just think they look insanely cool. Anyway, Demolition Drainpipe is our first minecart level, so to speak. Though instead of a minecart or a skull roller coaster with ruby eyes, it's a toboggan. Not as interesting, but it really gels with the visuals of this level, as well as the next level we see it in. Might seem like a long time to get to the first minecart level, but DKC2 didn't have their first one until the second level of that game's fourth world too, so I guess it checks out. The main thing that separates this minecart level from the others is the rail above. The toboggan can latch onto the rail, essentially creating two paths to go through the level. Dropping down from, or jumping up to, the rail is a huge part of the gameplay, and it's a great idea. I feel like I am a bit harsh on Donkey Kong Country 3, but it really is just balls to the wall, great idea after great idea. While I have my issues with the game, it's a very strong game and deserves way more credit than it gets. One other thing this level does really well is how it guides the player through the early stages, gradually building upon the base gameplay by introducing new elements and ramping up the difficulty as it goes. We start on the rail, and soon after the bananas direct us to drop off. Seeing this is a wholly unique setting, those bananas are warranted, as even experienced DKC players might need a nudge in the right direction. After establishing the floor and rail parallel, the game's first obstacle comes in the form of a buzz. Bananas guide the player over the buzz, but if they land on it, they'll be fine. The buzz will not. Next, there's a knick-knack suspended in the air, and bananas instructing the player to bounce off of it. This will latch them back onto the rail, and from there, the level's mechanics have been established, and the player's skills are put to the test. Pits are introduced in the second half. These pipe obstacle things are introduced a bit earlier, and some tricky buzz obstacle courses are thrown our way. It's probably one of, if not the, trickiest minecart level in the entire trilogy. And while it's frustrating at times, especially the back half, it's heaps of fun and super satisfying when you nail it. The closest thing I have to a theory about this level is that this drainage system, likely no longer used for its original purpose, was cheekily converted into a toboggan course by bored Kremling workers, or maybe the Ninja Turtles. I mean, it doesn't need a reason to exist, but gun to my head, that's the best reason I could come up with. As for its original purpose, I think the color of the metal could help us here. Being copper, it's almost a guarantee that these were water pipes. Copper doesn't really corrode, and is the main choice for water drainage systems. The name of the level, Drainpipe, more or less confirms the drainage purpose, and if you look on the overworld, the color matches the various pipes connected to the dam and flowing into the sea. Copper is also used for gas though, and the upward facing ventilation shafts could imply it has another purpose. Maybe for waste from the factory. I don't know. I feel like in future games, it could have been cool to have this level be more like the courses in Earthworm Jim and Sonic 2, where you're behind them, moving left and right up the sides of the pipe. This is an idea visited in the Game Boy Advance remake, though as a minigame. They could have reused the assets from Swanky's sideshow tent for the backs of the Kongs, and just created the toboggan and mode 7'd the rest. We see something similar later on, so why not here? Guys, I can't be asked making an outro to this video. So I guess I'll just say, I love you, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, or I'll fucking kill you. There you go. Take notes, that's how you end a fucking video.